Working from a cozy co-working space in a small coastal village in Bali, I felt like I'd finally found my place. The beach view, the sea breeze, and the camaraderie of other digital nomads made every day feel almost perfect. At 27, a web developer from a big city, I was Nick, the guy who had wandered a while but finally felt like he belonged. One afternoon, Anna, a local craft artist, burst into our space, her face tense. "A big real estate corporation wants to buy this land," she announced. "They're planning to turn it into a luxury hotel." Her words were like a shockwave. Worry spread among us. The thought that this place could be snatched away felt impossible. Not here, not the space we'd come to love. That night, I gathered my friends, fellow nomads, locals, and anyone who felt connected to the community, at a nearby cafe to brainstorm. Ideas flew around: petitions, rallies, social media campaigns. The list grew, but so did the weight of it all. This wasn't some tiny task. It felt like a war. Still, something inside me stirred, a feeling I hadn't recognized before. This place means more to us than I realized. We decided to throw a community festival in the village square to drum up support. The place buzzed with energy, locals performing traditional Balinese dances, food stalls filled with fragrant, home-cooked dishes, and heartfelt speeches about why we were fighting for this space. Seeing everyone gathered there, I felt a strong sense of unity. This wasn't just a fight for a building, but for a way of life we'd all come to share. As our hopes started to build, we heard the news. The corporation wasn't backing down. I could see the exhaustion in everyone's eyes, and doubt started creeping into my mind. Was this all just a lost cause? The fear of losing everything we'd worked for loomed over us. Late one night, as I combed through documents to find any leverage, I stumbled upon an overlooked clause in the contract. It was a loophole that could block the sale if we acted fast. My heart raced, but I knew this was only a glimmer of hope. We had one last shot. I called an emergency meeting, and as I shared what I'd found, everyone's faces lit up with renewed determination. We gathered legal advice, rallied our supporters, and prepared to make our stand. The final meeting was tense. The room was packed with villagers, nomads, and the corporation's representatives. We presented our case, highlighting the community's deep connection to this place. The silence that followed felt endless as we waited for their response. Finally, they backed down. Relief and joy spread through the room. I looked around at the cheering faces, friends and strangers alike, who had come together to protect something meaningful. For the first time, I realized this wasn't just a victory for our co-working space. It was a victory for the entire community. As we celebrated that night, I felt a stronger connection to this village than I'd ever felt to any place. More than ever, I understood I was part of something bigger, a community that had fought and won. And I knew now that some things, some places are worth protecting,